make sure I'm in the right room. Do we have any NSYNC fans here? Yeah, I'm in the right room. I love that. I will keep this introduction very short, very sweet. You all know why you're here. He is a multifaceted entertainer. He is a singer, a songwriter, a producer, an actor, a dancer, and a million other things. Please give a very warm Raleigh welcome to JC Chazé! Welcome to my living room.
Hey, JC!
Fireside chats.
That's right.
A million other things. A million is a lot, by the way.
A million? You want to count them off?
No.
Welcome to Raleigh. It's not your first time in Raleigh, correct?
It's not my first time in Raleigh.
Okay, you've been having a good time so far this weekend? Everyone's treating you well?
Yeah, everybody's been great. It's been a good time.
I love it. Do you have any big plans while you're here?
To do this.
This is, yeah, we don't really let you, you're kind of chained
This
here.
is the plan. This is the whole thing.
Well, good. I'm glad you've made it.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through your career and all the things you've done and work.
This is your life.
I know your life in 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
I know. I am always super curious about early times, kind of the inspiration pre-professional entertainer. Were you a super extroverted kid? Were you a ham? You know, how were you?
I was actually the opposite. As a young boy, I was actually pretty shy, but getting close to my teens, I had some really fun friends, and they were usually the outgoing ones, and I would be kind of more in the supportive role of them being the show-offs and extroverts, and so I was always around it, but I was usually the quiet one when I was younger, and then through friendships and through my friends, they tended to bring the louder out of me in moments. It's always in moments. So.
I feel like that's the way it works, right? You have like this extroverted group and you get to be a foil so that you kind of get to like test your little moments of extroversion with them, you know, in a safe space.
Yeah, maybe. Wow, we're doing therapy.
I have not asked you about trauma at all.
No, are you sure? Yeah, I don't know if it was testing out. It's an interesting thought though. Yeah, therapy.
Therapy. All right, so Mickey Mouse Club. We have to start there. I think that
Mouse in the house. Yeah.
That's right. But I know that was your path to Mickey Mouse Club was not necessarily linear. Like your audition was not for Mickey Mouse Club.
It was
Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was an open call audition. So the first thing I ever did was dance with my friends in a talent show, and what ended up happening is we won the talent show, and I did a couple other talent shows, and we ended up doing well in those talent shows. And then there was an open call audition for the film Newsies. Which obviously wasn't a film at the time, it was being made. And shout out Christian Bale for nailing that role, and that's why I didn't get that. They said to me though I was either too young or too old for the part, but the Mouse Club was auditioning directly next door, and they were doing open call, and a friend of mine, his name was Jason Miner, he was on the Mouse Club, coincidentally, and he was from my town, and I had heard about him and met him a couple times through friends, and then we ended up, later in life, and not much later in life, but dancing together as well. But I ended up going in and doing the open call audition there, and the casting director, his name was Matt Casella, who, shout out to Matt Casella because he's kind of discovered, I would say, a good portion of Hollywood and a good portion of the music business between, the Ryan Goslings and the Kerry Russells to the Justin Timberlakes to the Christina Aguilera, so on and so forth. So that casting director was the casting director that day, and he was like, I'm going to talk to your mom after today, blah, blah, blah. And so I ended up getting the call back, doing the call back, ended up booking the show, and I ended up being a part of the Mickey Mouse Club.
Do you remember what you sang for that audition?
I do. So, full circle moment came to me later in life. I sang a Richard Marx song called "Right Here Waiting for You."
Great song.
Yeah, it's awesome, right? And later in life, as things happen, just full circle, Richard wrote a song called "This I Promise You" that we ended up singing, which Beautiful song. By the way, his demo is incredible. I don't know. I don't think he put it out there, but trying to sing after Richard sings something is interesting. We did okay with it, but
understatement.
but honestly, that was a really amazing moment to think that the song that I sang at an audition for, I then got to go in and be produced by the writer and singer of that, which was a really exciting thing for me.
Yeah, it's very cool. It had to feel very surreal. In that moment.
Unbelievable. And by the way, thankful because it's become a friendship. And he's just one of the most talented and nicest human beings you will ever meet. It's like sometimes they say, don't meet your heroes. Meet Richard Marx, by the way. Seriously.
Advice to you all.
Yeah, meet Richard Marx.
Richard's been like so many people. Were you were so young when you got Mickey Mouse Club. Did you feel the weight and the size? Like, were you a Mickey Mouse Club fan? Were you a Disney kid? How did that feel to you as a child?
Well, I became a Disney kid,
sure.
Obviously. But look, I remember being young and watching. It was like there was a block of time on Disney when I was young. It was and they would show Kids Incorporated, and then they would show the Mickey Mouse Club. So I got to see, the Mario Lopez's and all those cats do their thing. Fergie, who I ended up working with later as well. I didn't feel the weight of it at the time. That's the truth. The only moment I felt weight was the callback audition. I was nervous because it went from being like just fun and silliness and this is never gonna happen into, I'm in a place where they're taking me seriously and I don't wanna almost let them down. I want to do well now. I want to show them that I can do this. And I was nervous, as a young person, I hope I'm good enough. So there was a bit of that during the audition process. But once I was there, everyone was incredible, encouraging, warm. All of the adults that were working on the show, basically having to interface with all of these young people and bring out the best in them. That's exactly what they did. They were professional, all in every way you can imagine, and the kids that were working on the show that I was working alongside were absolutely amazing.
It's amazing to hear, and I think that really shows in the quality of the show that they got from you guys. The talent was already there, the raw talent, but what they were able to foster, I think, was really incredible and shows that they loved and cared for you guys as well.
Yeah, look, they're good at what they do.
So, tell us a little bit about the path to NSYNC. How did that come about for you post Mickey Mouse Club? What happened in that little intro?
In the middle area. Mm-hmm. After the Mouse Club had wrapped its final season, the transition comes, right? I was right at the age where I had finished high school and I was going to go into college, but I knew that I loved performing. So I came out to LA for a pilot season, but I was more interested in the music. So I was meeting producers and things like that, and I pulled the card. I called the Mouse Club music producer and supervisor and put together a nice little demo reel and shopped it around and things like that. But when pilot season was done, I basically headed back east, and on my journey back east, I stopped in Tennessee and I saw Justin and things like that, and was going to do some songwriting with Robin, who was a vocal coach on the Mouse Club as well, but who was also a songwriter, and just to learn the craft. Before I was mainly singing other people's songs, and I'd only been tinkering with my own ideas and things like that. And so she was willing to do studio time with me with a producer. And so Justin and I ended up starting to sing on songs with Robin and things like that. And so we started goofing around in the studio, and then from spending time together in Tennessee, because he would come into Nashville, and I spent some time in Memphis in between just to visit. And by the way, his family was incredible for taking in a young person who was going through a transition in life. But then the plan became to make music in Nashville and go to school in Maryland. That became the plan, and then so I made a plan to go back and forth. And then one day, Justin called me up and said, I just got a call from this guy, Chris, and he wants to start a boy band. We're already making music together. Maybe we should just go meet him and talk to him and see, what could happen. And so from that, the band basically picked up. So it wasn't a lot of time. It was just a little bit of time in between. But yeah, that's.
I love the story of how one offhand phone call then becomes NSYNC.
But isn't that every opportunity? Yeah. You just never know, right? It's like you never. By the way, we shopped our demo. NSYNC, the band, shopped our demo, and nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted. Nobody gets it. Da, 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 da. And then it took one person to say yes. And then it was a person that lived in another country across the Atlantic Ocean, and they said yes. And then we grew an audience there, and then someone decided to take a chance on a stateside, and you just never know. It's small moments that all of a sudden have that ripple effect, right? You throw a pebble in the water, and how far do the waves go? So.
Do those early JC Justin demos exist? Are they still around?
Yeah, they're somewhere. I have no idea where.
Curious
they're probably like on a cassette. So,
you guys know cassettes?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Just checking.
Yeah. It exists somewhere.
Before, there's so much we could talk about NSYNC. I'm curious about your training schedule. Like at the height of NSYNC, your tour schedule, your everything schedule was crazy. How did you stay physically and mentally in shape to keep up with that?
Well, physically, the show kind of did it for you. Okay. You know what I mean? You're doing 2.5 hours of cardio every day. So the main thing at that point was rest. It was like, hey, if you don't get your rest, your body's going to break down. So managing that actually became the hardest thing. And that's why, I was sleepier than most, to be fair, and there became jokes about it somewhere along the way, and I'll take that.
Hey.
Take that, another boy band, hey!
Connections.
Yeah, but that became the main thing. The schedule was the hardest part because the demand becomes real, and we were excited, and we wanted to do everything. We wanted to be everywhere because we were excited that we could. It's like you're given an opportunity, you don't want to squander it. You want to give everything you can to it because it's luck, it's a blessing, and it is about showing up. And so our job was to show up, and so we tried our best to show up the best way we could anywhere we could.
With naps as much as
Me with naps, for sure.
You mentioned, Richard Marx. I think that you've collaborated with so many people. You've spent time working with so many people. Is there anyone else that stands out as a moment of just like awe that you had, or I can't believe it?
Do you want me to be? I'm going to be really cheap right now.
I love it.
This is salesmanship right here. I'm going to sell you something, which sounds so bad.
You're buying.
No, I'm joking. But I will. I'm going to take an opportunity to talk about something because look, we've collaborated with some wonderful people, and I don't want to just name drop because that just feels a little. But we did. We were very lucky. We met a lot of wonderful people, and we worked with some wonderful people. But to self-promote one thing, because I want to do this for the people that are working every day on stage in Broadway. There is a show called Titanic, and Joey and I became producers on this show called Titanic. And the tie-in is very simply, we got to sing with Celine Dion, right? And it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And Joey ended up doing a show, playing a character on a show called & Juliet. And the producer of that show is also a producer on Titanic, and they were looking for producers to be involved in things like that. And so Joey knows that I'm very, 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 very interested in the theater. And so he brought the project to my attention, and we're working on the project together as producers. So Titanic is on Broadway right now, and these people do 8 shows a week, and they kill themselves for audiences every night for months and months and months on end. And if you get a chance to go see it, you will have the best time you have ever had in a Broadway theater. I promise. It is nonstop laughs. The singers are great, the dancing is fun, the comedy is the best thing on Broadway. Go see Titanic. It is incredibly fun. And all going back to, because Celine, or our faux Celine, co-creator of that show, is fantastic. But the whole cast is fantastic.
There you go, personal endorsement for Titanic.
Yeah, go see Titanic, and because Celine Dion is a wonderful inspiration, as well as the movie.
I haven't had a chance to see it. I am also a huge theater nerd and kid, and I've
You'll laugh
I've
your
heard
face
nothing
off.
but good things about it.
Yeah.
Not just from you.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Dude, it's
While
great.
we're on the topic of musical theater, I want to pivot to Playing with Fire
Yes.
soon. But I want to know. We'll get there. I would love to know. Thinking of musical theater, is there a dream role or show or something that you would love, even if it's completely out of your wheelhouse for some reason? Is there something you're like, this is like,
No,
this is my goal, this is my dream?
There's not a dream role for me to play. By the way, Joey is amazing on stage. I'm more of a behind-the-scenes guy. I like creating these stories or characters and things like that. But what he does with them is absolutely amazing. By the way, but I am open to the idea of playing characters if the right one came along. So there's a bit of that. I don't know if there's a dream character that I would say I'm aiming for, though. I was close to being in Jesus Christ Superstar one time. But, yeah, I was gonna play the bad guy. No.
Oh. I was like, he's got great songs.
Yeah, I know. I was about to scream, "Don't let me stop you with my self-destruction." Anyway, but all that stuff.
Perfect. I love it. I think we would like to see that, or whatever else may come your way
Yeah,
on stage.
sure.
I think that'd be an interesting facet of you.
Yeah.
I'd like to see. All right, Playing with Fire. We got such a response when I said it. Please tell us about this concept album, like the impetus, and what led you to making Playing with Fire. It's beautiful.
Thank you. It's a work in progress. Look, because we're working on it in real time, and I'm sharing about it in real time. Because look, I don't perform on stage as much anymore. So to satiate the curiosities of what I'm up to, I tell people what I'm up to. But these things take time. Playing with Fire is a musical adaptation of a play called Playing with Fire, which is a adaptation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And what we've done is, the first thing we did is we developed a concept album for it. So we designed a group of songs to tell a story arc that we thought would be unique to our point of view. Where we are with it now is, we originally intended to bring in a book writer to write the stories in between the songs, and then we got tired of waiting, so we ended up writing our own version of a book. When we turned that book in, the curiosity became, well, I wonder what this would sound like as a song and things like that. So what we've done over this last few months now is started to musicalize the book instead of it being a spoken book. And we just, in terms of a first draft, we just finished the first act, musicalizing the entire first act. And we're 2 new songs into the second act now. So we're charging ahead and making it, instead of a sung and spoken musical, making it right now. By the way, it could change, of course, because that's the process. And but the feedback's been positive on what we've been doing now. So we're going to attempt a first draft of a fully musicalized Playing with Fire.
Chance we could see this on stage at some point?
Well, that's the ultimate goal is to obviously see it on stage. Look, Frankenstein is obviously a timeless story, and it's been told through a ton of different lenses. As recently as Guillermo del Toro's or the Bride version, or but so many things are Frankenstein. Like the original Blade Runner is a basically resurfaced idea of Frankenstein and things like that. And in our version, Playing with Fire is a different a face of it as well. So this is going to be our interpretation, and hopefully it resonates with audiences.
I think it will. I think the album has really resonated with people. I've
Well,
heard
the
a
new
lot of
music,
good things.
I'm already gonna. You see.
Let's go.
Start to lean in.
Tell you about it.
Yeah, no, we have. Well, the new music, by the way, the stuff that you guys have heard is amazing. I think it's amazing anyway, just because I worked really hard on it. But there's some new stuff. There's going to be some new surprises in the new music, which surprised us, because we originally were thinking, all right, we need to musicalize and fill in these gaps somehow, and that's kind of how it started. And all of a sudden, the process starts to take over, and all of a sudden you stumble onto something. You go, oh, I can't even imagine this story now without this song or without this, the impact of this. So the new stuff is going to be really exciting when we get to vocalize it, because right now, unfortunately, I'm on all of the parts because the singers that we used on the album are either traveling or have been busy. So the goal is to finish writing the music, get them on the music that we've written now, and then hopefully you guys will get to hear that when it's written.
Foreshadowing. More to come. It sounds like you're all of the work right now.
Well, when you think about it, all right, so how many songs are on Playing with Fire right now? Like 16, was it? Yeah, 16. So we've written like 10 new pieces already, and we're like halfway into the process. So it's going to be a lot more music, which is great, you know what I mean? Because again, it just gives the thing a heartbeat, it gives it a rhythm, it gives it momentum, and all of the things. So.
It sounds like that's pretty all-consuming of your time right now.
I'm all the way in it right now, so I just look like a crazy person.
Well, I was going to ask, what else you're passionate about and interested in right now, but it's sounding like this is taking up brain space, your bandwidth.
Yeah, well, although, look, there's always other projects. There are other projects. There's one other project that's on the on the radar right now, but I can't talk about it because it's way too early, and I do not want to have people like, really, guys?
Secrets.
It's not a secret, honestly. It's just way too early. So
I would be remiss if I didn't talk about America's Best Dance Crew.
Oh, good.
You're an incredible dancer in your own right.
I was.
It's still in there.
These hips don't lie. These hips are tired.
I also grew up as a competitive dancer. I loved that show. I had friends that competed on that show, and I wanted to, thank you for your time on that show, and also just ask you what that experience was like. What stands out in your memory from your time? You were there for quite a while.
I was there for the whole run, yeah. It was a lot of fun, actually. I got to speak about this recently because some of the producers who run the Hip Hop International talent competitions and stuff like that were being interviewed. And so I did a blurb for them, but the show was really, really fun, and it was inspiring. I did it in the first place, because I came from, dancing in competitions, and I thought it would be a great way to share what I learned competing with another generation, and also, making it fun, and they could ask me questions about what was it like to grind it out and tour every day, or how do you come up with these ideas? Just sharing a bit of that back and forth. But I have to say, while doing it, it was incredibly rewarding. Right? You get to see the performances. I got a front row seat. Sorry, guys. But as it so happens, now later in life, like you said, you went through that. I'm meeting these people down the road as professionals now. Some of them had a little bit of professional experience, but not that many. And now we're all older. It's a reality. I'm getting to see them blossoming in their careers and talk to them about their experience on the show, and they've all been incredibly kind, incredibly generous. And I think my favorite part now is speaking to the people that came off the show and seeing them grow, because I love when people succeed in life. I absolutely love it. I love seeing people win. And so when I see some of those dancers getting a win, getting to tour with somebody or being a part of a show or something like that, I absolutely love it. And so seeing them later in life has been probably the most rewarding thing about being on that show.
Thank you for that. I know that it was appreciated by a lot, and we loved watching it, and for folks that I know that were on the show, they really appreciated time taken with them. Thank you for that. I love that. We are nearing the end of our time, so a couple questions. We are at a convention. We're here at Galaxycon.
Yeah.
I would love to know what you're nerdy about. Like, it doesn't have to be a fandom. It could be cooking or gardening. Like, what other than work, which clearly is much of your brain. What do you get nerdy about? Like, do you collect anything weird?
obviously when I was young and when I was first traveling, I would collect Hard Rock menus, which sounds crazy to me now.
Do you still have them?
They're in a box
Okay,
somewhere.
great.
But I think the thing that I get nerdy about, I guess, theater. I know, it's like,
No, it's great. I love a theater nerd.
Yeah, because look, again, I'm just in it right now, so it is all consuming, and it feels like being young again when you get inspired by something. If you're 8 and you learn the name of a dinosaur, now you have to memorize the Encyclopedia of Dinosaurs, and then or whatever it is. And I'm reaching that phase with this kind of world. I'm getting very excited about it and very nerdy about it, and so I would say I'm geeking out on theater, but also just as a promo for theater, because we want to promote the theater.
Yes.
Because they're real human beings up there. It's not AI slop. Go to the theater. Go see these people because they're there for you. They want to show you that humans still want connection. They want to connect with you, and they want to share that with you. So,
Give it up for live art, live theater. All right.
and go see Titanic.
And go see Titanic, that's right. I thought
But go see anything.
but
Honestly.
also Titanic.
But go see Titanic.
I thought we would close out with a Tiger Beats style heartthrob this or that quiz. We're gonna take you back. I know. It's just gonna be a this or that. Okay?
Weird.
I know, we can do this. They all still have them, so All right, you ready? For your
My
Tiger
answer
Beats style quiz?
for everything is Debbie Gibson. No, I'm not.
NNC.
Well,
NNC.
that's gonna be weird for this first question.
All right.
All right. AOL Instant Messenger or MySpace?
Debbie Gibson.
Debbie Gibson. Love it.
Golly. I mean, I used both.
Mm-hmm.
So, both. I mean, I used both. I
Great.
don't
I
know.
love it. It's very diplomatic
Yeah.
between the two.
Yeah.
Salty or sweet?
Okay. There is some debate about this in my own house.
Okay.
To be fair, I do have a sweet tooth because I just love eating. But I do enjoy salty as much as I enjoy sweet. That's the problem. I just get accused of having a sweet tooth. But I would say I like
Falsely
salty
accused,
too.
you think?
I'm not falsely accused.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to food, I hate it. Yeah, but if you ask others, they'll say I have a sweet tooth. If you ask me, I like salty too.
Equal.
Yeah.
Either. All right.
You only get to eat sweets once a day. So enjoy it. You take
I don't
pleasure.
know that that's true.
Okay, fair.
Don't limit yourself.
Don't
like that.
put your on me, Ricky Bobby.
That's right. All right. What animal best describes you?
My bulldog.
Your bulldog,
My
specifically.
bulldog. Oh yeah. Lazy and sleepy and sloppy. No.
Comes
Yeah,
full circle to
I
sleepy.
think I could be described as a bulldog. Yeah, I love a bulldog.
What is your bulldog's name?
Bronson.
Bronson. That's a strong name.
Yeah, like Charles Bronson.
All right, last one. This is a classic Tiger Beat question.
Okay.
Finish the sentence. Happiness is a thing called what?
Debbie Gibson.
Debbie Gibson.
That's the true one, by the
That's
way.
right. That's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Raleigh, give it up for JC
Thank you, guys.
Chastain.